Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dr. Tashambi Speaks. I am Dr. Tashambi. Today I want to talk to you all about something called workarounds. Some people may have heard about it before and some people may not have, but I'm telling you, when I define what a workaround is, you'll be like, okay, I do that. A workaround is something that we do to make our jobs easier when we may not have the equipment that we need or the supplies that we need. It's like a shortcut. Workarounds are shortcuts. Now, why do we do that? Sometimes we do it because we may not have what we need in order to get the job done. Sometimes we do it because the way the organization wants us to do it based on policy and procedure, the way they want us to do it, it doesn't work for our workflow. So we create workarounds. Let me give you a good example. Remember when we had to start scanning patients before we give them their medication? I saw someone, and I will never ever say the person's name. I will never ever say the hospital because I know about staying on code. So this person had their entire patient care assignment armbands. So I knew they were scanning the armbands without taking the computer into the room. All right. So this was over a decade ago. So nobody can call me into court and force me to say anything. So that's a workaround. Now the problem becomes when we start doing workarounds, there's no research that indicates that this workaround works. It works for us temporarily, but nursing is a profession and everything that we do is based on evidence, and the evidence is the research. And sometimes we do things if there's no research to back it up. And when we do that, we run the risk of causing our patient to have a negative outcome. So when we have workarounds, and if we think that our way might be better, it's better for you to communicate it to maybe your unit manager, communicate your idea to the clinical coordinator. Some hospitals have clinical nurse specialists that are assigned to the unit. Some hospitals, especially if they're magnet, they have like research departments. You can communicate your idea to a manager or to those people and just say, hey, this is how we do it. What do you think if we do it, this particular way? Because we can get it done faster. Because workarounds also helps us with our workflow. That's the problem that we have as nurses. Sometimes we have people who are in offices and they may not necessarily do the work that we do. And when they put policies together, if they don't pull someone from the clinical staff and get their input, you could find yourself in a situation where you're being asked to do something, but it just doesn't work for the flow of that we have to go through on an actual nursing unit. And so what I'm asking you all to do is just think about that when you do create a workaround. Even though it's beneficial for your flow, you don't want to have a negative outcome. In a previous video, I talked about malpractice. You don't want to be found guilty of in a suit or in a situation where the hospital drops you from their insurance because you created a workaround that wasn't in accordance with their policy and procedure. So just think about that when you are participating in workarounds. Okay, thank you. So what I want you all to do is follow me on Instagram at Dr. Tashambi Speaks. And if you have questions about nurse practice issues or just anything in general, feel free to send me an email. I will keep your name confidential, and you can email me at drtashambispeaks@gmail.com. Thank you.